feeling different about something, and being able to chat about it, I think, was the most important thing, just to establish, and especially any standards at all. He must have split us into 3 groups, and we talked about challenging, what we were going to challenge, so things we weren't going to accept, what we wanted to model, and what was the other one? Model, challenge, and there was something else. So that he split us into 3 groups, and we had to chat about that. It must have been, what was it? Now I can't remember. It was really good to listen to what people thought was really what we needed to model as a group. What we needed to, what were we going to do? What do we want to look like to other people? How's that going to translate? And we chatted about it, and obviously cut that down to, we brainstormed in the groups, and then took 5 things away from each group, and went, you know what, these are the 5 most spoken about points. This is what we need. These are forming our standards. This is what we're going to do. So it's really important, and even challenging, being on time, punctuality, all that kind of thing. Challenging negativity. You know what, we're going to stamp that out. There's no need to be so negative. There's no need to try and provide some feedback, but go about it in the wrong way. That kind of thing. So it was really important, and I found it was really interesting to listen to everyone's take on what they accepted, what they didn't accept, and what they wanted to model, and then that kind of grew our standards from there, which was really important.
So you have a team values type of standards?
We have 3 words. So it was last week we finalised it, because we were like, we had such a big group of things that we wanted, and you want to encompass everything, but at the same time it needs to be simple. Everyone needs to be on it, and Darren said that it can't be wow, it can't be just words on a wall. It needs to be, we need to live it. So
exactly,
it's fierce, family, and friends. So obviously,
nice.
no, fierce, family, and flags. So we had family
flags
the same. So flags is in. It's pretty similar to we must have been watching Making the Mark. We watched an episode. She told us to go away and watch this episode. Our head coach, and we watched it. It was about West Coast Eagles and their values, and ours just seemed really similar. And Carly went, you know what? Let's it's going to be similar, but that's okay. We still so our flags obviously you want to win. Family, friends, making sure that you have that. We have that tight-knit group, and then fierce was on the netball court, just being relentless, making sure you're doing the 1%ers, not leaving, we don't go down without a fight, that kind of thing. So just making sure that all of our behaviours were encompassed into those. So there are 3 Fs that is our, you can call people, you can call people out on them, and obviously we know we know our standards. So, we can pull someone up at training going, is that 100%? I don't know, just it might not look like it, but if you have no excuses as to why you're not, then...
That's a good, especially coming from a coach, having team standards and values, and that is easy to kind of, not judge, but kind of set or rank where you are at in terms of is this, relentless, or is this being family, is this the flag, is this going to get us to the flag, and that's just we can kind of, challenge those type of areas and push the playing group in a way that's going to hit those values, because at the end of the day they're the ones who came up with those. So if you're going to come up with that, and you're not going to live it, we're not going to
definitely
train towards and that sort of stuff.
And even as Juppy was saying that, listening to that last podcast, it's the hardest thing is being able to pull people up on being able to we're all friends, but you need to step away and go, I want the best for the group, and being able to pull people up and go, you know what, they might not like me doing this, but I'm not here to be liked. We're here to have a job. We all got that flags. That's our last value. We want to win a flag, and being able to lose your pride for a second, pull people up, because at the end of the day you go, like you said, you want to be, I don't need to be liked, I just want to be respected. And that's what you need to, that's the hardest thing, being able to pull people up, is being able to pull people up.
You find that challenging being such a young group, and you've got so many young girls.
And playing together, we've all played, there's a group of 5 of us that have played state teams together and whatever, so we're really close, and you go, it should be easy for us to do it. But I think in the last couple of years, I found it easier to be able to now pull people up. I think
it's a maturity thing as well.
You don't feel as, violating saying it.
I understand.
It's coming out of the right place, but I need to tell you, because we're not going to win with what we're doing.
Exactly. Well, you're there for essentially one. Well, you would hope you're there for one reason, to win a flag and all that. But if you want to challenge and because it's even if you would have seen The Last Dance, how invasive Michael Jordan was, and how much he kind of he pushed everyone so hard that he stepped on a few eggs.
Yeah.
He broke a few people doing so, but they were the most successful team of that era because he was able to challenge everyone. And at the end of the day, they all respected him because he was almost essentially a living legend at that stage. And they were like, "Oh, we got really no choice if we want to win."
I'm definitely not Michael Jordan. I definitely don't pull people up like that. There's a nicer way to do it, but
But I think because there's like daylight between that kind of competition to where you guys are as well. It's not like they lived at such a high end of the spectrum in terms of
definitely.
How much they lived in the spotlight and how skilled this whole team was. And the egos that were around that as well, that he really had to try to keep everyone
on the same
in line. And even the program 11 Rings by Phil Jackson, his coach. That's even more interesting because then he had to go. He went and coached LA Lakers with Brian